Let's talk about why being a mom is so hard. Whether you're about to be a mom or you're already a mom, being a mom is the most rewarding thing, and I wouldn't have it any other way, but it definitely comes with a ton of difficulty and even feelings of being lonely. So I'm going to go through all the factors that make it so hard and then wrap up the video with some contributing things that I think make being a mom a lot easier for some people over others. First off, let's just talk about the physical and mental changes that go along with pregnancy, postpartum, and weaning. So hormonal changes, your hormones are all over the place during and after pregnancy and even after weaning your child, which can lead to other things like postpartum and weight gain. So balancing out stress and hormones and anxiety that you don't have control over and it's just happening to you is really difficult. In addition to that, most women are going to have something or things that they don't like about their body after they have a baby, whether it's weight gain, stretch marks, C-section scars, you name it. And then there's other factors like sleep deprivation from bringing an infant home, or if you're nursing, constantly having that baby clinging to you and being woken up many times during the night. Number 2 is feeling lost. So when you go from not having a baby to having a baby, your life completely changes and you lose a little bit of the identity from who you once were. So that can be changes in friend circles, that can be changes in career, or feeling like you are taking a huge break on your advancement in your career, or that you weren't far enough along in your career before having a kid. And then lastly, the feeling that you sometimes question, is being a mom for me? Because it's such a hard job and sometimes you'll feel like you're failing at it. Number 3 is mom guilt. So you're gonna have so many different ways of feeling guilty, whether it's that you made the wrong decision on something. There's so many don'ts when it comes to being a mom, like don't let the baby self-wean, don't let the baby cry to sleep, don't sleep with your baby in your bed. So there's so many decisions that need to be made, and there's guilt associated if you feel like you made the wrong decision. The other thing is feeling guilty for wanting time for yourself and not spending that time with your child and wanting a little bit of a break from them, and being too impatient with your child or getting frustrated with them. Obviously you love them, but you will feel impatient or frustrated at one point or another, and you can feel guilty about that. Number 4 is self-sacrifice. So you are gonna have way less time for yourself, your hobbies, relaxation. Your number 1 focus is your children. So there's a lot of self-sacrifices, which make it really hard. Number 5 is your relationship with your spouse. When your kids are number 1 and you're talking to your spouse, it's very hard to give them your undivided attention, and it's very hard to lean into them when they really need something or they need a listening ear, because you can be so distracted with your kids. The other thing is intimacy. Obviously, you have little kids running around the house now, so being intimate with your partner is a lot more challenging when you have kids. And then the last thing is, when you have kids, there's a lot more responsibility added to both people's plates. And so resentment can build up as far as who's doing more, whether one person's working or one person's staying at home, one person's taking care of the housework, one person's cooking and cleaning. So there's a lot of resentment and arguments that can build up over having kids. Number 6 is keeping up with it all. There's gonna be so many things that need to get done, and you're always feeling like you're racing against the clock, whether it's cooking or cleaning or caretaking or running errands. There is so much to do, and it feels like you don't have enough time for it all, and you're letting things slip. So that can be really frustrating. So to wrap it all up, I want to say I love my life. I love being a mom, but we all have to agree that it is challenging. And one thing that you have to remember is you're probably doing a great job. And this moment in time may seem long, but in your entire lifespan. It will be a short window, and as time goes on, it does get easier. So even from 0 to 8 months, from 8 months to 2 years, it gets easier and easier as kids become more independent. And if you have multiple kids, they're playing with each other. At 5, they're starting to go to school, and you have a little bit of time to get back into your own routine. And then the main factors that I feel make being a mom a lot easier for some people is, number one, if you're just a patient, selfless person, being a mom will be a lot easier than if you are impatient and a little bit more on the selfish side. Number 2 is money and financial security. If your family is financially secure, that takes that stress away from the equation. Whereas if you are constantly struggling to need to work, paycheck to paycheck, that's going to just add more stress to everyone's plate.
Number 3
is help. If you have friends you trust, family close by, or you can pay for help, that is going to be so key in giving you the break that you need to be a better mom. Number 4 is your relationship with your spouse. If you have a really strong relationship with your spouse, it's going to be easier for you to be a good mom. Whereas if you're a rocks with your spouse, that is going to make it even harder to be a good mom. I can't tell you how many friends I've had get divorced since becoming parents, which is super unfortunate. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and we will see you on the next video.